Hey guys, it's Melissa with Sunday Chats with Melissa. Take 3. Where can one get one of those little stick things that we used to see back when I was a little girl and they did it for movies and stuff like that? Where are those things? You need to get one of those because I have not edited any of my videos other than the beginning and the end of cutting off the video by myself. Edit it for time or anything because I'm pretty good at keeping the time. But this is my 3rd try for today. I'm just all over the place and I'm about to tell you why. I have to get some eyeballs on so I can see you. See? I'm just not prepared for today. Just not prepared. I tried to be. I tried to be really prepared and oh, there you guys are. Okay. Okay, so I've started out with the first video, I fixed my hair and then I stopped. And then the second video, I put on some makeup and then I stopped. And so this one, I've already done all those things. I have started with my CeraVe lotion. I added some NARS Tinted Glow Booster underneath. This is a new find that I've done some research on, and it's supposed to keep your foundation in place and also give you a little bit of a glow. I have added the Face Tape Double Duty Beauty by Tarte. My friend Melanie told me this was great. It was moisturizing and it stayed put. And all of those things are important to me, so I've done that. I've also used my IT Superhero Liner to give myself a little bit of an eyeball. And then I went in with my Blowout IT Mascara. I have no idea what the dogs are seeing, but I'm going to keep it moving because, like I said, this was take 3. Thank you so much for popping on to my channel. If you haven't already done so, you could subscribe down below, wherever it is, this way. And then once you've done that, you can ring the bell, and that'll give you updates when I upload new videos and tutorials, which I do pretty regularly. I did not do so this week, and I'm about to tell you why. I have a couple of jobs. I work hard. I don't sleep a lot, and I'm trying to live my very best life. And in such, I think sometimes we wear ourselves down a little bit. To say that I'm probably wore down might be an understatement, slightly, because my friends at work are always saying, you don't rest enough, you don't sleep enough. I'm glad you have the weekend off so you can rest. But I enjoy working. There are reasons that I work several jobs that I won't go into now. They're why everybody works certain jobs. You have a lifestyle that you're accustomed to, and you got to do what you got to do to keep it moving. And I'm all about self-empowerment and taking care of myself. And I want to always be able to do that. So I think it's empowering for women and men alike to be able to take care of themselves. And whatever you have to do so, I feel like you should do it. So anyway, hop off my soapbox there. But when I went to work on Tuesday, it was just a regular day. I showed up at work at my regular time, which is like 7:30 in the morning. And by about 8 o'clock, I was thinking, I don't feel so great. And so as the time continued, I, did a couple of things I thought might help it. And nothing seemed to be taking the edge off the pain at all. It was the most severe abdominal pain I had ever felt in my life. And I'm never sick. I am not a person who goes to the hospital or the doctors other than my regular yearly checkups. And so this was kind of new for me to not be well and not be able to figure it out. So I came home and I thought maybe I had eaten something that didn't agree with me. I had been doing the whole 30-ish kind of thing where I had been cutting out gluten and cutting out sugar and grains and things like that. So I thought, well, maybe I ate something that didn't agree with me or upset my stomach a little bit. I'll just go and lay down and it'll be fine. It wasn't fine. It wasn't fine at all. So I came home and I laid down, and it quickly became apparent to me that this was not going to subside. And so I called Jessica and I said, I need to go to the emergency room. And she knew when I said, I'm going to go to the emergency room, that I was in bad pain, because I think of emergency rooms and hospitals as places where you go to die. Because that's what happened to my mom. So for me to agree to go was a lot. So, sorry. So I went, and I went to the emergency room, and it's in Norfolk, and it was crowded. How in the world is an ER crowded at 1 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon? How? I mean, not just a few people. I mean, it was packed with people in handcuffs. There were police officers everywhere. There were people with wheelchairs and broken parts. There were people with chest pain. There was people with, I don't even know, tons of kids. I mean, I just have never seen so many people. So anyway, we got there. Here's what I'm going to tell you. As we age and our children get older and they move up and on and away and they're doing their own thing as they should, and you may stay married, you may not stay married, you might be dating someone, you might not be dating someone. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Everybody needs an advocate when they go to the hospital. Everyone. Everyone. I'm lucky to have her all the time. But everyone needs an advocate. Because here's what I'm going to tell you. When you are sick and you are in pain, you don't even know the correct answers to the questions the people are asking you because you want to die. That is how I felt. I wanted to die from this pain. I grew 2 children from scratch, and this pain superseded anything I have ever felt in my entire life. I'm just going to tell you that. So fast forward to the triage lady asking me if I'd ever had surgery before. I told her no, I had. Fast forward past her asked me if I had any chronic illnesses. I told her no, I had. So, of course, Jessica knew all these things about me and was able to say, yes, you have. Yes, she has. And here are the medications that she's taken, because she knew that's what she needed to know. Fast forward past that, my heart rate, or the blood pressure was 200 over something when I sat down. That's how bad the pain was for me. So for about 3 hours, we sat in the emergency room. I laid. Now, I'm weirded out about germs and all of that. So for me to have laid down in that emergency room was also an indicator of me slipping away from here. So finally, we got a room, a bed in the ER. And this precious ER doctor, who I think that everybody that is in healthcare at all are angels. Thank God for those people who A, know what they know, B, went through that training, C, paid all that money to go to school. I know how much money my child paid to go to school, and he doesn't have to know all the things that those people know. You know what I mean? And they paid all that money to school just to help us, just to make our lives better, to save us. So this precious woman, and I know nothing past what I'm getting ready to tell you. Everything past what I'm getting ready to tell you is hearsay. Until Wednesday evening-ish. So she said, we're going to have a CT scan, but I think you have a strangulated bowel. No, hernia. Strangulated hernia. What? Yes. And the first thing we do after the CT scan, after we verify that, is to manipulate it. Okay. Let me just tell you, should you find yourself in this position, should somebody say, we're going to manipulate your strangulated hernia, pack your bags and get on an airplane and go far away. And don't go back. Ever. Because I don't know which pain was worse. That one or the one that I presented with. So, after that procedure, which was akin to a small person standing on your stomach, pushing on your belly button, it was determined by the other fine gentleman, who I don't know also his name, said, yeah, she still shouldn't be having this much pain. We're going to have to go in. So they had to resection my bowel because it had been strangulated and it was dead. And that's what was causing all the pain. And so they had to go in and redo that. Okay. After they rolled me to anesthesia and put a bonnet on my head, which I was thrilled about. I was told I was a lightweight. I don't remember counting back. I don't remember a needle. I don't remember anything. All I remember is waking up sometime on Tuesday to a crowd of folks, doctors, heroes, people of the Lord, saviors, smart folks, standing at the edge of my bed with their arms like this and crossed like this with a lot of badges and things on that looked like they were in a commercial for the Resident TV show, because they all had a place to stand. Everybody had their place. I could see everybody's face. They were in order of rank. They were in order of tallness. It was like a school picture of Wonder People. Them telling me the surgery was fine. I did great. There was a few things I needed to do, which if you've ever had abdominal surgery or children, those things that you had to do. I will go into it here before I could leave. That was Tuesday. No, that was Wednesday. Tuesday night was my surgery. Wednesday is when they came. And I had the best care. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for Jessica knowing who all these people were, I would just be, I don't know. She knew who they were, where they worked, what their specialty was, what their rank in the food chain was, like who was an attending, who was a resident, who was an intern, who was a med student, all of these things. These people came in at 4 a.m., 5:30 a.m., 6 a.m., and 8. That's when they like to visit you. I would like to converse with them a little bit about coming later in the morning, because you wake a girl up all the time. Vitals and such. But while they weren't there taking excellent care of me, there was a staff of nurses and healthcare partners and food service people that fill the gap. They fill the gap because your doctors are there for like 10 seconds, 2 or 3 times a day, and they're different folks. But my girls, Monique and Aid and Chelsea and the food service lady who was darling and precious, I did not get her name, and my nurse Z, all of those ladies, they took great care of me. We laughed, we joked, we talked about how long I was there before I could finally do what I had to do before I could leave. And when Z left on her last shift, she said to me, if you're still here on Saturday when I get here, I'm gonna discharge you myself. But also in the meantime, understand that I wasn't able to take a real bath since Tuesday. It was now Friday. I had been able to brush my teeth with something akin to a toothbrush, but it didn't have a lot of bristles. I don't know about this toothpaste. It had a very thin little stream. And I was able to wash up or whatever, but I was not able to take a bath. I wasn't able to wash my hair. I was not able to do all of the things that I normally like to do, and I could not wait to get home. So when I left, I told the ladies, I was like, listen, I know y'all think this is what I look like. It's not. This is not what I look like. I want y'all to hop on to my channel, Sunday Chats with Melissa. And they did. And I said, I'm going to talk about y'all on Sunday, and I'm going to give y'all a huge shout out, because really, between the doctors who knew exactly what to do and when to do it and how to do it, to the nurses who knew when to ask and when to wake me up and when not to wake me up and when to give my meds and how to wean me off of them, to Jessica who knew everything. She never left my side. She sat, slept, laid in this awful recliner chair next to me and listened to everything that they said, because here's what I'm going to tell you about having an advocate. When you have surgery and the leftover anesthesia that you have in your body, it doesn't just go away. I'm telling you that I remembered nothing. They could have told me that they sawed off my right leg and attached it to my left ear, and I'd have been like, okay. Because you are not in a state of mind to think rationally. So please, if you ever have to go into the hospital for whatever reason, find yourself an advocate. Many of my friends were angry that I did not tell them when this happened. Listen, it was the middle of the night. The majority of my good friends live some distance away. I was not going to alarm them in the middle of the night to come and do or any of that. I did tell my children. They did get a little anxious because they're not close by, but I wanted to let them know. So if I didn't call you to tell you, and I think I've talked with everyone who had a little bone to pick with me about it, I hope you understand why. It wasn't because I don't need you or care about you. It was because I'm not going to alarm you in the middle of the night to get you to drive really far, okay? I love you. Thank you for everyone that checked on me. Thank you for everybody who offered to do whatever. Candace, I'm still waiting to do what I asked you to do when you offered. I'm waiting. So anyway, thank you to everyone at Satara Norfolk General. Thank you to everyone who took great care of me. Thank you to my nurses. Shout out to Monique and Aid and Z and their nurse manager who was amazing. Thank you. I could never, ever thank you enough. When I feel up to it and when I can drive again, I'm going to bring you guys something. I don't know what. It's not going to be anything from scratch because I don't want to. But I will bring you something. I'll bring you something really, really good. Okay, so that's about half of our chat for the day, but I did get out on February 14th. It was Valentine's Day, so I was able to go out on a little date that I was very, very excited about because I had been in the hospital for 4 days without a bath and hair and makeup. So went and got some dinner and then, of course, had to make a little trip to Sephora because that's what I had to do. And I'm going to be in the house for a while because I'm not going to be able to drive. So what I picked up at Sephora was the Tinted Glow Booster, which I think you're really going to like. I think it's probably hard to see. I did change the lighting. I'm not sure if, let me get a little closer, if you can see the glow there, but I really, really like that. I will let you know how the face tape worked for me. My friend Melanie said it works great for her. So I did pick those two things up. I also made a little trip to Ulta the next day because something was releasing. But when I was at Sephora, I picked up this amazing palette. It's a luminizing palette. It was like half price. So I don't know if it's on sale at your Sephora or not. Oh, so try to get the right light. There we go. But there are beautiful colors in there. There is a light pink, there's like your kind of yellow, a tan, a lighter one, a white, and then this beautiful sparkly pink that I can't wait to play with. I'm not playing with a lot today, to be truthful. I still don't feel great. I've been doing a lot of resting and I'm going to continue to do so, but I did want to get on and do this because I wanted to tell my girls at the hospital how much I appreciated them. I wanted to let you guys know why I had been missing in action this week, other than a few little posts on my Instagram, which if you don't already, hop over to Instagram, Sunday Chats with Melissa, and follow me there. I do a lot of still pictures and things like that of some of the things that I talk about here on the channel on Sundays. Two of the things that I was extremely excited about that I picked up at Sephora on Friday was the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Kissing, and I got this one in Intense. It's the number 3. It's beautiful. It's a little bit of a pricey lipstick. I don't care. I really don't, because life is short. I could have died Tuesday. I'm not worried about it. I'm buying what I want. So it goes on so beautiful. Look at that. This is the color of it. Intense. I don't know how to get this camera any closer to me. Maybe I need to get closer to the camera. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? So this is the Pillow Talk in Intense. It says it's number 3. And then I saw this by Fenty Beauty by, is it Rhiannon? I think it's Rhiannon, if you can see that. This is called Sweet Mouth. Yes, indeed, it is. So I will wear this alone. The doe foot is a little big for me. I might use a lip brush with this, but it is so beautiful. I'm just going to dab right there. in the center. Can you see it? It is, you see it? I'll take a close-up picture and put it up on Instagram, but those were two of my favorite purchases that I got from Sephora. I don't usually go to Sephora just because they don't carry all of the things that I like. Like my Sephora carries very little it. They only carry the skincare. I want the product line, the makeup line. They don't carry that. And to me, Sephora kind of reminds me of a MAC counter. I feel like everything there is really extreme. The people are very nice. They're very knowledgeable, but they have this very over the top, this very makeup artist kind of mentality or whatever. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm going for. And I feel like I want them to be knowledgeable about what I'm talking about too. And I feel like there's not a happy medium at my Sephora. I feel like it's a lot of makeup artists, kind of MAC, kind of big colors, big lips, you know, lots of sparkles, big, you know, James Charles palette color, all of them all at one time. They're darling and they're precious, but it's just not what I'm looking for. So I find myself a little more comfortable at Ulta. Plus, I think they just offer more products. I mean, they offer your whole hair care and your styling products and all of that. So when I went to Ulta, I did pick up the Benefit Cheerleader Pink Squad, and it is beautiful. I was a little annoyed at the people at the Ulta on Saturday. There's a particular Ulta that's close to me that I just don't like to go to. And every time I go, it's the same rude people and the same disrespectful people, but it's closest to me. And the one was far. And because I didn't feel good, I didn't want to ride far. And so I went against my better judgment. I won't do it again. I did complain to the girl that rang me up. She could care less. But enough about that. I also picked up another little Stay All Day liquid from Stila. This one is called, dang on it. Beso Shimmer. Beso Shimmer. Beso Shimmer. Beso Shimmer. But Beso is one word. Play on words. But anyway, I did pick those up. Those two little trips exhausted. So I'm home. I don't have any intentions of going anywhere else for the foreseeable future or doing any type of work or anything. But I do have to cook for myself. I do have to, you know, take care of myself. So I have a few little things I wanted to talk to you about today as far as making life simpler for cooking. So I told you that I don't like to cook a lot of things from scratch, but I do like to do my vegetables from scratch. I don't like to buy frozen vegetables, if at all possible. I mean, they're better than canned if you're in a pinch or whatever. If you're making soup or whatever, it makes, you know, a lot of it, but I like fresh vegetables. And so I have this Sharper Image mandolin that I love to use to slice to make potatoes, or slice my onions really thin, or slice my carrots thin, you know, whatever you want to make nice thin slices of. I have that for. And then the other thing I use for my vegetables that makes quick work in the kitchen is this Vidalia Chop Wizard. And you can see on the sides here, there's measurements. So is that right side up? Oh, here they are. Sorry. So you can chop right in here. All you do is, not that. The little lid sticks on the top like this, but there's two different grates here. And all you do is put your food right on top of that. You just, you know, make it small enough for the hole, and then you just shut it. And it chops it right into here. So if you were doing a salsa, or if you're doing a soup, or if you're just cutting up vegetables to roast, or if you're just wanting to cut up some onions and have them for the week so that you can mix them with your dinners. You want to do all of that at once. You can actually store in the plastic bin. You can also make like a salsa in there. So you could cut up your peppers, you can cut up your onions, you can put your tomatoes in there. And then you'll know exactly what your measurements are just by reading the side. So those are two really cool things that I like as far as making food prep simple for me. And then I have an affinity for music. I love music. I've always loved music. Music is our love language. Jessica and I go to concerts all the time. We buy the passes and we go to concerts all the time. There's not really much music we don't like, except what my son listens to. And I don't know what that is, but I call it yelly screamy. I really don't know what it is. But, so I have my AirPods, I have Bluetooth speakers, I have one at my desk at work, I have one in the kitchen. I have this little number that I put in my shower. So even when I'm in the shower, I have my tunes with me. Yeah, I could sit it on the sink and play it or whatever, but it's really nice to have this just right in the shower. So it's a little waterproof number, and I very rarely even have to charge it. You know, you can also answer your phone in there if you needed to take a call, or if you needed to call someone, I guess you could. There's a fast forward and a go back button. So if you don't like the song that's up on your playlist, you can skip it and go to the next one. And the other thing that I am really liking is, I think I had told you, I go every year and get new glasses. And my prescription normally does not change. It's not like one day I went blind and all of a sudden my prescription changed, but I'm not going to wear the same lipstick every day. It's enough that I have to wear the same eyeglasses for a year. I'm not going to wear them for the rest of my life. So I love glasses. So I have gotten these glasses this year. They're like HD or something. They're tricky. They're tricky with a cell phone. They're really tricky with a cell phone and an iPad. And I spend a significant amount of time on both of those things, either watching Netflix or Hulu or YouTube or whatever. So I find myself taking them off a lot more than I keep them on. These were ones that I wore last year that I really like. They're just kind of like a little cat eye number. I have several prescription glasses and I can still wear them all. I have a purple pair. I have a navy blue Kate Spade pair. But I also pick up a lot of readers. These are some cute little Kate Spade ones that are cute, that I keep with my readers and eyeballs of all sizes. I think I've worn these before. These are by Logo, Lori Grenier's line on QVC. Another pair of Logos are these pink ones, which would be great for the holiday. They're also by Logo. I have some from Amazon. The ones I had on earlier were from Amazon. But what I'm saying to you is hold on to your old glasses. You know what I mean? They're something that's on your face every day. Hold on to them and switch them up so that you're not wearing the same thing every day. I mean, how boring is life if you have to wear the same glasses every day? It's like wearing the same lip gloss every day. Don't do it. Just do it. Don't do it. And then I have some that have prescription strength in them, my readers, and some that don't. Like these do. These little hummingbird ones, they do have, and these are great for reading those small words. Because, you know, the older we get, the more serums and potions and things that we have to read. And these words are little. And young people are not using these serums. Old folks are. These words need to be bigger. They need to come magnifying glasses. That's what they need. So keep a pair of readers close by so you can always read the small words and the fine print. Always. Okay, guys, I know a lot of it was taken up with my little health scare this week. And so let me just close us down with a little word to the wise. And I will really try not to get sappy here, because I know that's not what you came here for. You didn't come here for sap. I will post some tutorials this week as I feel better. I have a couple that I already filmed before I got sick, and I will post those shortly. But what I wanted to say to you is life is fleeting. Life is short. Don't wait to use the fine china. Don't wait until you're skinnier or richer or feel 100% or find the exact right friend or the exact right person. Everyone that comes into your life comes into your life for a reason, whatever that reason is. And it might not always be perfect, and it might not always work out exactly the way it should, but they're there for a reason. And find those people and hold on to them. Nurture those relationships. Let them know that they matter. Let them let you know that you matter. Because I know for a lot of years, I didn't let people let me know that I mattered, because then I would have to be invested in a relationship. Story for another day. But let people love on you. Let people open you up. Let people show you what surrender is. Let people love you, because you're going to go out